Yo, what's good everybody? It's your boy Malcolm and I'm back for another video, and in today's video we are going to be talking about the new Boruto 2 Blue Vortex chapter 14. Let's do it. If I'm being completely honest and transparent with you guys, this wasn't the best chapter that we've gotten. Now, we did get a lot of confirmations, we got a lot of things that we've been speculating about, but we didn't get a ton of new information, which is cool. That's fine. The last couple chapters have been absolute flames, so we kind of needed a cool down chapter. This has been the cool down chapter. Toward the end of the chapter, it did kind of get busting again, and we know it's going to get lit again in the chapter after this, but this one was kind of a cool down, and that's fine. We don't need action every single week. And that is by no means me saying that this chapter was bad, because it was a great chapter. This chapter was probably a solid 8 out of 10, but when you've been getting 10 out of 10s month after month, that 8 out of 10 feel a little shaky, but that shit was still banging. Alright, before we talk about the actual chapter, make sure you guys like, share, comment, subscribe, and hit that noti bell, because I actually have another Boruto video coming next week that you guys are not going to want to miss. And if you enjoy me talking about nerd stuff, check out my podcast, The Storm Podcast, where me and two of my bros talk about nerd shit for about 2 hours every single week. Alright, without further ado, let's get into this review. So this chapter started off with Boruto waking up and being in the interrogation with Konohamaru. And I'm gonna be honest with you, Konohamaru has been pissing me off this entire goddamn series. I get it, his memories are warped and altered, but he has just been so whiny and annoying and arrogant. It's like, bro, what are you so arrogant for? You haven't done anything of value this entire series. But Konohamaru explains to Boruto that he's been locked up with some anti-jutsu handcuffs, so he's not going to be able to use any of his jutsu to get him out. Now, he didn't say whether that would stop his karma, but like, he can't use his karma anyway, but I wonder if they thought about that. But while Konohamaru is busy being a dick, Boruto is asking the important questions: what happened to the bad guys, and are all of my friends okay? That's when we find out that Sarada, Himawari, and all of Inoshiko-cho is okay, which is great, because Inojin is my dog and he did not deserve to get Neji'd like that. Now, he is unconscious, but Sakura handled that and he'll be okay. And we also find out that not only is he okay, but his wound has been completely healed, which just shows how powerful the healing capabilities that Himawari possesses are. Which is interesting because we've never seen Naruto use healing capabilities to that level. Like, he did heal Might Guy from dying, but he didn't do that with Kuruma's power. He did that with Six Path's power. So for the first time, we've seen Kuruma's chakra really be used to heal somebody 100%. So then the interrogation begins. Konohamaru starts asking Boruto questions about the shinju that have been attacking and all the different issues that are going on. But while that's going on, Ada, Damon, and Kawaki are all chilling together in a different location, and Ada is spying on them with her powers. And Damon is taunting the hell out of Kawaki, basically saying like, hey bro, it's over with for you. Boruto is going to tell all of your secrets, he's going to let everybody know the truth, and you're going to be absolutely fucked. To which Kawaki responds, that doesn't really matter. Even if that happens, the truth is the 7th is gone because of Boruto. Which really pissed me off that he said that, because that's just not the truth. Kawaki is so deep in his mind and so mentally fucked up in trying to make himself the good guy that he genuinely believes that the reason that the 7th is gone is because of Boruto. Now, I do get it. Boruto isn't Otsutsuki. Boruto does turn into Momoshiki sometimes, and he is a threat, but he didn't do shit to the 7th. That's what Kawaki did, and he's trying to blame that on Boruto. He fully does believe that he is doing the right thing in protecting Naruto and protecting everybody by killing Boruto, when that's just not the case. But while Kawaki is talking about what actually happened, we see a panel of Mitsuki standing there. Now, here's the thing. I can't tell whether they cut to Mitsuki just to acknowledge his presence, or whether Mitsuki is there listening and he's genuinely getting all of the truth right now. And the answer to that question kind of becomes important toward the end of this chapter, and I'll talk about that later, but it is kind of important whether he's listening or if he's just there. But here's where the information actually gets good for Konoha, because now Boruto is telling them about the shinju, and he's explaining that they are gaining sentience. And he said that all the people that they eat when they turn them into trees, those are their personalities that get put into these shinju. So he was explaining how the Hidari one is Sasuke, and there's even one for Moegi, and that got Konohamaru's attention. And he also explained that these shinju are going after certain people that were connected to them in their life in order to gain more sentience. So Amato kind of confirms that and say, yeah, that makes sense. If they gain sentience, then they're no longer acting off of just instinct, so they could very well be trying to get people close to them in order to get more information. And then my theory has finally been confirmed. If you've been watching my Boruto reviews for I don't even know how many weeks, you know that way back when Juro was first introduced, I predicted that he was the Ten Tails himself. There's been a lot of different predictions as to who he is. Some people were saying that he is Jiren. Some people were saying that he's connected to Naruto or Kurama or whatever. My prediction was that he is the embodiment of the Ten Tails himself, and he's never actually eaten anybody. He's just kind of turned into this. And Boruto confirms that in saying that this person has not eaten anybody, it's just the Ten Tails. Juro rules all of them. Then he explains, if we take down Juro, this whole mission gets a lot easier. To which they ask him, how do you know this? Where did you get this information from? And Boruto says, I can't tell you, because this information is all coming from one man, and he wants to keep his identity secret. Now, as we know, this one man is more than likely Kashin Koji. And the reason he wants to stay secret probably has something to do with Amato. He probably doesn't want Amato to know that he's alive. I don't know exactly why, but yeah, he probably wants to just keep that secret for whatever reason, which I hope we find out in the coming chapters. Because when Boruto said that his information came from one man and he wasn't telling anybody, Amato kind of looked a little suspicious in that moment. I'm still not fully sold that Amato is a good guy. I know a lot of people believe that he's 100% good and he's on our team now, but I'm not fully convinced about that. And then they start pressing Boruto for more information, and Boruto says, dude, you guys want me dead. You're keeping me alive because you want more information. I'm doing what I could do. And here come the annoying ass elders. I have always hated the elders in Naruto because they don't add anything positive. They're old as hell. They don't know anything, and they're trying to rule over the people that are actually doing shit and know shit. Sounds a little familiar to the way our country is run, but I'm not here to talk about politics. But the elders basically say, Boruto, you're a traitor. We are going to kill you no matter what. So if you want a swift death, give us all the information you have and we'll make this easy, or we can make you suffer. One way or another, you're gonna die. Which is crazy because y'all talking all that hot shit, but you're sitting in a wheelchair holding a cane. Boy, take these shackles off and I'll really do you up. And then the other elder asked Boruto, how and why did you kill Lord Seventh? Then we go into a flashback. And this flashback is of Shikamaru talking to Boruto, and he's explaining, hey, Boruto, if your goal isn't to kill Kawaki, then I'm gonna need you to keep this on the down low. You can't tell anybody that you're the actual one who didn't do this. Which makes perfect sense, because that's smart on Shikamaru's part. If you're not going to actually kill Kawaki, then we can't let him know what the actual truth is, because we don't want him to get cornered again. As we know, when Kawaki gets cornered, he does dumb, stupid, big stuff. It would be way better to have all this information and keep him in place where we can see him and watch his movements while him not knowing that we know what the actual truth is. But then we get this interesting scene of Shikamaru wrestling with himself, like, all my memories are telling me that Boruto is a bad guy and Boruto did this fucked up thing, but I've decided to believe him, so I'm just gonna have to go on with it. Boruto didn't reveal that he wasn't the one who did these things, but he did reveal that Lord Seventh and Hinata are both safe. They're in a different place that he can't take anybody to, but they are safe and they're okay. But he also said, I'm not telling y'all where that place is. To which they called him a liar. He said, I might not want to talk to y'all, but I'm not no liar. If there's one thing about Boruto Uzumaki, I'm honest. Except for in the Chunin exams where he was using the scientific ninja tool. But we don't talk about that anymore. And then Ibiki gets up to try to get more information. Now, if you guys don't remember, Ibiki is basically the ninja that they keep around to deal with all type of like interrogations and getting information. He's really good at mental jutsu, so he can kind of get in your mind and get extra information out of you in ways like that. Which is kind of weird because he didn't do that at all here. He just tried to beat up Boruto. But yeah, that's what they keep Ibiki around for. Now here's where the chapter gets really interesting, because Shikamaru makes a mental line into Ino and is like, hey, Ino, I need you to do me another favor. I need you to set me up another private line. To which Ino's like, yo, if I set up another private line, I'm gonna have to report all the things that I'm hearing in this. And he's like, dude, don't do that. Just rock out with me. She's like, are you ordering me as the Hokage to set up this private line? And he says, no, I'm asking you as a friend. And Ino said, I'm sorry, but I just can't help you with this. Which was a really interesting and powerful scene, because I feel like what this scene did was really show not how uninvested Ino was, but show how truly invested Shikamaru is to this meeting, because it showed that there are real consequences to what he's doing, and what he's doing is so crazy that his closest friend, his closest ally can't even help him out on this. Because you gotta remember, in their minds, this person killed Naruto. We are extremely loyal to Naruto. We love Naruto, and this person killed him. So going against protocol for this person is absolutely insane. Here's where this chapter really started to piss me off, bro. Cause why is Ibiki talking like he's so hot, like he this big dude who got all this strength and power, bro? You are beating up on a dude who has on handcuffs, bro. You're not big and you're not bad. He's trying to get information out of Boruto. Boruto is silent. He told him everything that he's gonna tell them, and he starts slamming his head on the table, punching him and shit. I'm like, dog, do you really think this is gonna work? Ibiki is like, you know, Boruto, I really been waiting to beat up on the dude that killed Naruto for the past 3 years. And Boruto's like, you sure took your sweet time. Boruto talking hot to him because he knows this isn't gonna do anything. And then Shikamaru tunes in and is like, Ibiki, that's enough. Beating him up isn't gonna do anything. Now we know that he's saying this just to kind of look out for Boruto, but that's true. Pain wasn't gonna do anything to Boruto. What the fuck is he even thinking? To which Shikamaru says, instead of beating up on him, we're gonna use poison. Someone call Mitsuki. And everyone in the room is like, dog, do not do that. That boy Mitsuki is on go mode with Boruto. If you bring him in this room, he is going to murder him. He is going to kill Boruto where he stands. This is a horrible idea. And Shikamaru says, I don't care. Call Mitsuki. Let's get this done. Then we go back to Ada spying again, and she's telling Kawaki, hey, Boruto's not telling them anything. He's keeping it G with them. To which Kawaki is very confused. So is Damon. They're like, why would he do that? And they're trying to piece it together, but they're just not going to figure it out. Now we cut back to Shikamaru about to let Mitsuki into the room, and he stops him and he's like, hey, Mitsuki, we are shinobi and this is a mission. You need to keep your emotions in check and get the job done. After reading this whole chapter, we find out that this scene had a lot more meaning than I originally thought it did. But once again, we'll talk about the Mitsuki stuff afterwards. So Mitsuki walk in the room like a thug, stare Boruto down, ready for action, and Konohamaru is like, Mitsuki, we need him for interrogation. Just do your job, stay calm, and it'll all be okay. All you have to do is not kill him. And this is why I rock with Boruto, because Boruto is a real demon. He's locked up in chains and he's still taunting people. He said, yo, Mitsuki, you still looking for that son like an idiot? And Mitsuki instantly turns up and goes full sage mode. Now this shit was fire to me, because we know that Mitsuki has just been getting so much stronger in all this time, and just seeing him go instant sage mode on him, that shit turned, man. Mitsuki flies across the room, pushes him against the wall. It's like, yo, is that all you wanted to say, you nasty ass traitor? And then they break him up. It's like, yo, back up, back up. But in that moment, we see a snake crawl out of Boruto's sleeve and press in the numbers to the handcuffs and release him. And he whispers to Boruto, yo, your belongings are in the West Tower. There's 2 guards there. Go get them. So at this point, Boruto's free. He can use his jutsu and do whatever he needs to do. Now, if I was Boruto, I probably would have put some hands on Ibiki and Konohamaru before I dipped out. But Boruto is a good dude. And instead he says, yo, I want to let you guys know I do not see you all as enemies. I'm going to do what I can do to give you guys information on my terms to help us win this to the best that we can. And then he uses his flying Raijin technique and teleports out of there. Now, Ibiki is like, damn, bro, them handcuffs bogus as hell. They weren't even able to hold him. But Konohamaru is thinking is like, wait, did Mitsuki let him out of those handcuffs? But then he's like, that's absolutely impossible, because the only one who knew the code was me, Ibiki, and Lord 8. So there's no way Mitsuki could have even known the code in the first place. And then we get the flashback of Shikamaru handing the code off to Mitsuki. Now here's where all that Mitsuki stuff gets so interesting, because way back in the beginning of the chapter, Mitsuki was just standing there, and I'm wondering if Mitsuki heard what Kawaki was saying and knows that Kawaki is actually the bad guy, or if he was doing all of this just off the belief that Boruto truly is his moon. Personally, I feel like it would be way cooler if Mitsuki was just doing this off the strength and his connection to Boruto was just so strong that he understands like, no, this is actually my moon. This Kawaki dude is not getting it done the way that Boruto was getting it done, and I'm just gonna have to trust in him. Then that also leads back to a couple pages ago where Shikamaru was telling Mitsuki like, dude, this is a mission and we gotta get it done no matter what. Because he wasn't telling him that in a sense of don't kill Boruto. He was telling him that in a sense of, yo, I know this is against everything that we know, but this is a mission and you have to complete it regardless of your emotions. Even if you don't like Boruto and you're not sure what's going on, I'm giving you a mission as Lord 8th and you are going to complete it whether it makes sense or not. Now I bet he wish Ino would have listened to that information, but Mitsuki held it down. But then we see Boruto teleported in with this flying Raijin technique to go get his sword and stuff and tells to the two guards, don't worry, y'all aren't gonna get blamed for this. And then we see Mitsuki apologizing to Konohamaru like, yo, I'm sorry he got away. This shit falls on me. And Konohamaru's like, no. This was the 8th's plan. It's on him. Don't even worry about it. And I'm wondering how suspicious Konohamaru is of Shikamaru at this point. And then the elders are talking to Shikamaru and Shikamaru's like, dude, I know this shit's fucked up. We're going to start looking for him immediately. And they're like, hey bro, this is going to have long lasting effects. Then we see Sarada busting into Lord 8's office and is like, dude, what the fuck happened with Boruto's interrogation? Is everything going okay? What is going on? And he lets her know he got away. And if you really paying attention, you can see that Sarada's a little relieved by this because she's like, damn, my boy Boruto made it out. Let's go. But then we see Kankuro calling in to say, yo, Gaara was taken out and so was Shinki. And Shinki was turned into one of those trees. And to that I say, I told y'all so. I told y'all last week that new shinju was Shinki, and a lot of y'all were saying,
no, it's not Shinki, it's Naruto. It's not Shinki, it's Yamato. It's blah, blah, blah.
I knew that shit was Shinki, that's my dog. You think I wouldn't recognize Shinki when I see him? That's my boy. And at the very end of the chapter, we see all the shinju standing around, welcoming Shinki to the land of the living with the new name, Ryu. Overall, this was a good ass chapter. I had a lot of fun reading it. It wasn't as much action as chapters of the past, but we got a lot of confirmations, which is cool. And I was right about a lot of shit. I was right that Jura is the embodiment of the Ten Tails. I was right that the new Shinju is Shinki. I was right about Mitsuki being the one to let Boruto out. I was right about a lot of stuff. I'm gonna be honest, I don't have any predictions for next week though. I was right about all the shit this week, but I don't have any predictions for next week. So y'all, let me know what you guys think is I'm saying next week, it's next month. Fuck. Damn it, that sucks. We gotta wait a whole nother month for this shit, but it's alright, man. I'm gonna keep rocking that regardless. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button and I'll catch you guys on the next one. I'm out. Peace.